There are very few animals that can truly be called giants. While some may measure hundreds of feet in length, others are just unnaturally large for their species. But what is it like to be one of these ancient giants? And are they really as dangerous as they look? Join us as we take a closer look at this unusual animal and answer all of your burning questions. Today, we will look at a giant from the second category, a monster that is rarely seen by human eyes, the giant isopod. They prefer to live between 170 and 2,140 meters below sea level, where sunlight cannot penetrate. Here, the water is very cold and the seafloor is often covered in a layer of mud or clay. This is probably an adaptation to their deep sea environment. In the depths of the ocean, there is no air to breathe and very little oxygen. This means that most animals move very slowly. Giant isopods are no exception. In fact, they move so slowly that scientists have nicknamed them the sloths of the sea. This environment may seem inhospitable, but for the giant isopod, it's home. But the giant isopod has managed to avoid extinction for millions of years. Even today, they are not considered endangered. They may look like harmless garden pests, but these deep-sea scavengers are anything but. They're the true giants of the deep sea. So if you ever see one, be sure to stay far away. However, this does not mean that they are safe from harm. Giant isopods are sometimes caught as bycatch by deep-sea. If global warming continues to cause rising sea temperatures, it could force giant isopods and other deep-sea creatures to migrate to deeper waters in search of cooler temperatures. This would take them even further out of reach of scientists, making it even harder to study these mysterious animals. These mysterious creatures have been around since the dinosaurs roamed the earth and somehow have managed to avoid extinction. Giant isopods are known by their scientific name, Bachi-no-mushi-genti. We hope you enjoyed learning about the strange and amazing animals that live in our oceans. Did you find this video interesting? Tell us in the comments below. And do not forget to like and subscribe for more fun and educational videos about the ocean and other amazing topics. This species of crustacean lives in the depths of the ocean where it is rarely seen by humans. At the time, it was thought to be an entirely new group of animals because of its size. Since then, scientists have found specimens that are even bigger. Giant isopods have 7 pairs of legs and 2 large branched appendages that scientists think they use for smelling chemicals in the water. Like other isopods, females carry their eggs in a pouch underneath their bodies called a marsupium. When the eggs hatch, they give birth to miniature versions of themselves called males. Unlike most crustaceans, which undergo a series of molts as they grow, giant isopods seem to grow in only one growth spurt. This may be because they live in the deep sea, where food is scarce. Slow growth is an adaptation that allows them to survive on little food for long periods. In fact, giant isopods can go without eating for several years if necessary. This is probably why they are often found near areas where dead whales or other large animals have sunk to the bottom. They gather in huge numbers to feed on the carcasses. Scientists think that competition for food may be intense. Fights over a dead whale have been observed with isopods biting each other's legs until one backs down. The biggest one measured 50 centimeters long, almost 7 times the size of a common woodlouse. Some say they resemble massive pill bugs or woodlice that you might find in your garden. These little critters are harmless and usually only cause trouble when they invade your house in large numbers. However, the giant isopod is not so cute and cuddly. It's a scavenger of the deep seafloor, surviving by eating whatever it can find. Giant isopods are one of the largest known isopods. The species was first described in 1869 after a specimen was dredged up from the coast of Brazil. While they're not technically dangerous to humans, these scavengers are perfectly adapted to hunt down prey in the darkest depths of the ocean. Much of what we know about these animals comes from the few that have been dredged up by fishing boats or explored by remotely operated vehicles. Despite their enormous size, giant isopods are surprisingly slow-moving animals. It's hard to imagine such a large animal going extinct. So what should we take away from all this? Don't mess with the giant isopod. Thank you for watching.